I'm Dr. Joe McCulloch, Dean of the School of Allied Health Professions, and it's my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you here this afternoon to this very special event for two very special people. I would like to call on Kevin Flood, President of the Foundation, to come up and say a word of welcome. And Kevin, if you would come up, I'll get this microphone going here. There we go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, it is a special day for not only for the clinic but for these individuals. Just wanted to share a couple of thoughts that I have, and I guess first of all, it's just in my mind, this is just a unique time for the School of Allied Health. It's really in my mind a renaissance for the school. And what it means to this community. I think this is the school of choice for allied health students from this region and beyond, and it is the rehabilitation clinic of choice for patients. I think that's without a question. Why is this? I think it's a couple of reasons. One, it's the leadership from Joe McCulloch and Stan McCowan and everyone else, Dennis Wissing, and everyone that has really led the effort to make this a special place. It's the faculty that really make this what it is, and I think our patients can attest to that, and in particular Suzanne Tinsley and the neuro rehab program that she's built. It's a very special and unique thing for this community. But probably most important, it's because of the patients and supporters of this school and of the clinic. It's a special, tight-knit group of people. Every time you come in here, every time I come in here, it really gives me a lift to my spirit, because to see the patients here that are working hard every day. So it's a special place, and I think if you look around this room, you can see the commitment that the patients have had to this clinic over the last couple of years. From this big scaffolding, which if you don't know what this is, we can explain to you later, but it's a magnificent piece of equipment that has had a huge impact on our patients, the Vector system, to other pieces of equipment here in the room, and then of course what we're here to celebrate today. So it's a special place. And I think the patient and the community member that has led that charge from the very beginning is Richard Parks. Mr. Parks is a special individual because he leads by example. And I think that he exemplifies this in a couple different ways, and I think it's his first of all, it's his courage and persistence that he shows every week that he's here working with Dr. Tinsley and other faculty members. He does not give up, and I think that is shown in both in what he does here and in his business life and in his personal life. He has tremendous generosity and kindness and is not afraid to share it. He's been open and honest with what he wants to do to help the faculty and the patients of this clinic, and I think it's a wonderful thing. Most importantly, I think he knows excellence when he sees it, and he exemplifies that. He exemplifies excellence. He sees it, first of all, in Dr. Tinsley. He sees the excellence that she provides and that she brings to this clinic, to the students, to the patients. He sees it in the neuro rehab program and what it's going to mean for future patients that have to use this clinic. And he sees it in the rehab clinic itself, in the special place that this is. So Mr. Parks, thank you for this gift, for your persistence and courage and generosity. This truly will make a huge difference, not only now, but really forever, because this is an endowment. So thank you so much for this. And I will say one last thing, and that is, and I would never say this, but I'm a longtime New Orleans Saints football fan. And I will say, go Cowboys.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. As he said, there are many people here today who have been very instrumental in making this place what it is. We have our faculty here, some of Dr. Tinsley's colleagues, we have students, and we have people who have either current patients or former patients and their family, and it's so great to have you here. We're very happy today to have some of her family. Eddie, where are you? hiding over there behind Maddie, Eddie, her husband, and Maddie, her younger daughter. Her older daughter, I said, where is she? And Suzanne told me today, well, you know, she doesn't have enough on her plate. She's getting ready to go to medical school. She figured she couldn't top her mother in PT, so she went to medical school. So she is starting over here this year, and so just to finish out her enrollment in Tulane, she decided to work with a play down there. And in working with this play, she got a leading role in it, so she's down now in play practice and cannot make it here. But we are glad to have the family here. And Eddie was just reminding me of the years that they've been around here and talking about this clinic and all. Years ago, we used to let students do parodies of us. We stopped that because it got pretty brutal. And we have very thin skin, so we couldn't handle it. And one year they did one, and for some reason they had me as Hitler, and they all had Hitler. I said, well, I know I run a tight ship, but and I guess this is a testament that we got this place up and going. We keep it as looking brand new, and Dr. McAllen and his staff here are to be commended for that. This place looks like it was built yesterday, and it's now over 10 years old, actually. So we still think we're the jewel of the campus. But today, we are pleased to honor, as we said, a deserving faculty member and thank a very loyal supporter of the School of Allied Health Profession. And let's first begin with our thanks. Mr. Charles Richard Parks and his wife Betty have been ardent supporters of our school for many years. After an unfortunate stroke at the age of 54, Mr. Parks found himself restricted to a wheelchair with loss of function on the left side of his body. Following an initial rehabilitation period, he was told that he had reached his maximum potential and was discharged from therapy. Not being willing to accept that fate, Mr. Parks pursued other avenues and was told of great things that were happening here at the Faculty Rehabilitation Clinic at LSU Health Shreveport, School of Allied Health Professions. After seeking referral to our center, Mr. Parks was lucky enough, I guess lucky, because he said she's a tough cookie, to be paired with one of the best neurological physical therapists in the country, not just in Shreveport or Louisiana, Dr. Suzanne Tinsley. Dr. Tinsley was also someone not willing to accept no as an answer, and she too worked very hard through the years with her dedication, Mr. Parks' hard work, and he has continued to improve and gain greater independence every day, and the ability to walk with a walker at this time. So that is amazing, and to see him in our therapeutic pool and all the other things, to see him on the vector system is just amazing. He told me he did bring his walker today, so he might be performing later. So. Okay. In appreciation for that care he received in our facility, Mr. Parks recently decided to endow a professorship in neurological rehabilitation. This generous donation he has made will be matched by funds from the Louisiana Board of Regents to establish a corpus of money, as Mr. Flood said, that will develop interest over the years, and we'll be able to use this interest to fund various things in Dr. Tinsley's practice and for the clinic. So this will be a gift that keeps on giving. When deciding on the right person to fill this new professorship, it was no doubt who the recipient would be. On the recommendation of Dr. Ed Mahoney, who is program director of the physical therapy program, Dr. Tinsley was selected for the position. Now a bit about Dr. Tinsley, and I'll be kind, Dr. Tinsley. She received a bachelor's degree in biology from Texas Woman's University in 1984 and continued on to their physical therapy program, where she completed her master's degree in 1986. And at that time, she took a clinical position at what was then known as Shreveport Medical Center. Dr. Tinsley remained at Shreveport until 1990, when we were fortunate to lure her here to the Health Sciences Center to teach neurological rehabilitation in our physical therapy program. Being a continual learner and striving to better understand the patients she treated in our small outpatient facility at the time, Dr. Tinsley enrolled in graduate study in pharmacology at LSU Health and received her doctorate in neuropharmacology and therapeutics in December of 1999. Since that time, Dr. Tinsley has been an active classroom educator, researcher, national and international lecturer, textbook author, and above all, a master clinician. Her clinical practice has grown to the level of this beautiful facility we find ourselves in today. So it is with great appreciation that we thank Mr. Parks and now bestow upon Dr. Tinsley the title of the Charles Richard Parks Endowed Professor of Neurological Rehabilitation. Come forward.
He wants me to bring you up with him.
You know, this has been a very special time around the Health Sciences Center. Yesterday, there was an endowed chair done. Dr. Muslow, who was our original chancellor and dean here, endowed. There was a professorship named in his name in bioinformatics, and Dr. Conrad accepted that position. And today, Dr. Tinsley, this is the second endowed professorship in the School of Allied Health Professions. We're very proud of this growing momentum, and we hope it keeps on going on. Dr. Ghali could not be here. He's out of the country at the time, but we'd like to give you this certificate of recognition, Dr. Tinsley. And Mr. Parks, we also have this gift of thanks from Dr. Ghali for you. So congratulations and thank you, Mr. Parks.
Joe, thank you very much. I would like to thank Mr. Parks and Betty so much for y'all's gift to the foundation to help our neurological rehabilitation program and help it grow. I told Mr. Parks I would tell a few stories. Some of y'all may not know I'm kind of hard-headed. I know that might be a surprise, but Mr. Parks tells people that I squash him like a bug. The very first time I treated him, yes, he does that well. I sat him up on the mat, and we were there was two of us. I think Dr. Morgan and I were working with him, trying to get him to sit. And he kept saying, I need to sit down, I need to sit down. And I kept saying, oh no, you're good. Just keep talking to me, you're good. And he kept saying, no, I think I need to lay down, I need to lay down. I said, no, Mr. Parks, I think you're good, I think you're good. And about that time, he got really pale, and he started sweating, and he passed. Well, he didn't pass out, so I think, you know, if I not killed him the first day I saw him, then he's done really well. We've had a lot of fun here in the clinic. Mr. Parks is a diehard Cowboys fan. He always lets us know they have 5 rings compared to the Saints one. But Mr. Parks?
Hey, Cowboys.
Look, that's the guy I'm talking about. I love you, and you know that, and I thank you for all that you've done for our clinic, okay?
But you want to help.
I know. But let me tell you the one thing that I'm very thankful for, okay? Mr. Parks has a home that has a swimming pool, and there were several occasions once he got up and walking, he wanted to learn to get into that pool. So my children, Maddie and Megan, would go with me on Saturdays when we would drive to Minden to try to get him in the pool so he could swim, and trying to figure out how we were going to get him in, how we were going to get him out. And my girls would go with me, and so Mr. Parks, the one thing that I want to thank you as a parent is I truly believe, because of my children's interactions with you on a Saturday, getting you in and out of the pool, trying to help you swim. They were in middle school. They were grade school and middle school. I truly believe that my children do not see disability because of interacting with this man. And I think that for anything, all the money in the world he could give to me, that's one thing that I'm extremely thankful for, okay?
I'll be careful.
Our Dr. McCallan, Dr. Mahoney, they make it very affordable for us to do what we do. I know that the gift is, I'm the endowed professor, but I recognize that we don't do things as an individual unit, and our neurorehabilitation program is a group. And so, Dr. Morgan, where are you? Dr. Morgan is part of our neurorehab program, and Dr. Scarborough, is she here or did she leave? Evelyn Scarborough is also part of our neurorehabilitation program. So when we say we, it's our group that we will use this money, I promise you, to not only help you, but other individuals like you. Okay, Mr. Parks?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now time for a little more celebration. We have some refreshments up here. We invite you to come up and serve yourself and sit around and talk and visit with Mr. Parks, the faculty, and
Number one,
you want to say something?
go ahead, live it one.
No wine, I'm sorry. Dag nabbit.
You're not 18.
You're not old enough, yeah. Maybe after 5 o'clock we can find something. Okay. Thank you all for coming.